Yeah, we want our boy Leon. We've been following him all day. We want him to just get his ticket to France now.
So we're now on what, game 3?
No, this is game 2.
Game 2. Game
Yeah.
2. Oh.
But Leon is one game up. If he's gonna, he has 2 chances to get there. He has 2 opportunities to win a game and win his ticket.
Right.
Theuns, of course, wants to prevent him from doing that.
Obviously, the sideboarding in here is going to be very important. Satire Fire Drinkers are the first thing that are going to get cut.
Yeah, Theuns would cut those for lands if it came down to that. Those cards are dreadful
Terrible.
in this matchup. Just offering Leon extra opportunities to deal damage to his face and clear his board. Searing Blood becomes an absolute beating against Seder Fire Drinker. So that card, I'm pretty sure that Theuns is no longer shuffling up Seder Fire Drinkers.
I'm pretty sure we're going to see from Theuns' side Searing Blood coming in, Satire Fire Drinker going out, perhaps Satire Fire Dancer coming in.
Well, I know that Leon has Seder Fire Dancers, and he'll be bringing those in as an excellent way of clearing away Theuns' tiny little creatures in exchange for some burn. Theuns, I'm not sure what he can bring in from his sideboard in exchange for those Fire Drinkers, but they have to go.
I think we're now seeing a game where the deck lists become very much more closer alike.
I think you're probably right. These deck lists will be a little bit more similar after sideboarding than they were before. Both players will want access to Searing Blood to get extra value and control the board.
You can see that the shuffling up is done, players are getting ready.
Yeah. Let's see if we're going to get mulligans in this game as well.
I really think that if you're presented with a one-land hand here in Theuns' position, you probably want to keep it in the hopes that you draw more and that you can keep 7 cards.
I suppose it would depend on what the cards are in his hand. If he's got 1 land and 6 1-drops, he'd keep that. If he's got 1 land and a grip full of Rebel Masters, he has to throw that away. Hopefully we get 2 decent hands and we get off with just 7 cards in each player's hand.
Okay, we see the game beginning. Here we go.
That's a Searing Blood is the first thing Theuns has drawn. We figured that might come in from his sideboard, and there it is. It's a big card in this matchup.
We see a Burning Tree Emissary. There's a land.
He's only got 1 land.
This would probably be a mole.
He must be thinking about keeping this one. He can open with a Cackler. He has Shock. He can do things with his 1 land. And if he draws a 2nd land, that Burning Tree Emissary gets him additional mana on that turn. So if he just draws the 2nd land, he can do everything he's got in his hand. And he can actually do pretty well with just 1 land.
You know, I'm not so sure about this. I think holding in the cards that he's holding in his hand, he does have, by the looks of it, a Searing Blood.
Yeah, he has Searing Blood. He has, I think that's 2.
Cackler.
He has a Shock. He has a Lightning Strike. He's got a Cackler. He's got Burning Tree Emissary and Skullcrack. Everything here costs 1 or 2.
But
and his 2-drop.
He has to be thinking about playing it safe.
Yeah, no, but his 2-drop in this hand even makes him mana to cast something else. If this were me, and I'm a gambler at heart, so I would keep this hand and just hope I got the 2nd land. If he hits that 2nd land, this is a powerful hand.
Well, it looks like he's keeping.
It also looks like, while we were talking about that, Leon Mulligan shuffled up and presented his deck. So he's waiting for Theuns to make his decision.
It's amazing how you miss the little things.
Yeah. The camera seems to give us more of Theuns' hand, so that's what we focused on. Although, oh no, I think that, yeah, no, Leon has kept his hand. He's kept his 7.
Yes, because Theuns hasn't cut his deck again.
Strictly speaking, Theuns announces his mulligan, because Theuns is on the play, Theuns announces his mulligan first. And only after Theuns announces mulligan does Leon have to. Leon seems to have a pretty good grip, so he seems happy with his keep.
We see a mulligan from Theuns.
Theuns is sending it back. He's not happy to gamble with 1 land.
I knew that mulligan was coming.
Personally, if I were in his shoes, I'd have a Cackler on the board already.
I love the fact that we are 2 completely different Magic the Gathering players.
And that's why I win stuff.
Oh, burn, excuse me. Well, I'll be supporting you in France, either way.
Well, that's good to hear. And you'll be supporting one of these guys too. We just don't know which one yet. So far, Leon's actually looking quite favored. Not only did he win the first game, his opponent is mulliganed here in potentially the final game of this tournament. He's 1 card up, he's 1 game up. Things look good for Leon.
The plane ticket is here.
Theuns, on the other hand, is going to play this game for all he's worth.
P.S. I hope in France you don't come up against Golgari Champ.
Golgari Charm will have rotated by then, so I hope my opponents have it, and the judges do my work for me.
Lucky, lucky. Okay, we see the opponent shuffling, we see the deck being presented back, we're ready to draw a new hand. Let's get this game underway. Yes, here we go.
If this hand doesn't have much in it for Theuns, he's going to be regretting that sweet
Searing
Blood and Shock that he passed up earlier. Oh, this is a good hand
here
for Theuns.
Here we go.
This is
Skull
the mulligan paying off. He has 3 lands, and he has 2 good spells. 3 good spells.
Bad
well, 2 good
there.
spells, and I think that's an Ash Zealot.
Yes.
Or is that Stoke
No,
the
that's
Flames?
not an Ash
Yeah, Stoke
Zealot.
the Flames.
Yeah, Stoke Flames.
Like you were saying about the 2 decks becoming more similar after boarding, Theuns has nothing but burn spells in his opening hand. If Leon leads with the Rakdos Cackler, then we know you had it perfect.
I think we're going to see a scry from him.
Yeah,
there
Leon's, yeah, he's playing a scry land, filtering his draws. He's got a full grip compared to Theuns' mulligan.
But I think Leon understands intuitively that scrying on turns 1 and 2 smooth out everything for the rest
was
of the
actually
game.
an Ash Zealot, and Theuns is able to get in for 2 damage.
There we go.
Right away. So Leon's down to 18, but he doesn't seem too concerned.
Draws into another land. It looks like a Battlefield Forge.
That it does. He will need to get that Ash Zealot off of the board. I don't think that he can race it by just trotting out his burn spells.
First strike makes it very tough to deal with.
Yeah, a lot of his Mutavaults can't block it. Oh, that is a Satyr Fire Dancer.
Did I have it right, or did I have it right?
I think you called the sideboarding perfectly.
However, the Ash Zealot is still going to get in for another attack before it's being dealt with.
Yeah, but once that's happened... Oh, that Fire Dancer is not long for this world, and actually it's Theuns who's getting value here, because he gets a free 3 damage off of that Searing Blood, as well as killing the Fire Dancer.
And attacks with Ash Zealot.
His Ash Zealot gets to go in for another 2 damage. Leon is already down to 13.
We see him draw another land. Looks like a mountain.
That's a Mutavault. That's quite important in this matchup. It can't block the Ash Zealot, though. The Ash Zealot's first strike means that it just kills the Mutavault and they don't trade.
I do not actually believe there's anything in Leon's deck that can get away with winning combat with an Ash Zealot.
It looks, though, as if Theuns has 3 Skullcracks in hand. So he's definitely, in his sideboarding, he's aggressively gone after those War Leaders Helixes that Leon uses to gain life.
Lightning Strike taking care of the Ash Zealots.
Yeah. Leon has gotten rid of that Ash Zealot.
See another land. Okay, not a Skullcrack.
Yeah, so that's a 5 for Striker. Now,
I believe
Leon doesn't
Battalion means a target creature can't block, if it has Battalion.
Yeah, Leon isn't playing a lot of creatures in his main board, at least. But looks like he's got a Boros Reckoner in hand. That is devastating in this matchup. Theuns has to use the red zone to deal damage. He doesn't have the same sort of burn suite that Leon does.
Tell me something. Battalion triggers 5 for strikers declared as an attacker. Can it target a Mutavault which actually has not been animated yet?
No, it cannot. So 5 for striker can't get past Mutavault like that.
It can, however, get past the Boros Reckoner.
Only if Theuns gets 2 more creatures down to get that Battalion active. And until he does that, attacking is a poor proposition for him. And his deck doesn't function except by attacking.
Like you said, it looks like all he's got are Skullcracks.
Now, those Skullcracks are threatening to Leon's life total, but he's still at a safe point. He's sitting on 13, and 2 Skullcracks will not do it yet.
Okay, we see Leon draw. What does he draw into?
He's ripped a Magma Jet. So if he needs to, he can get rid of that 5 for striker as well.
And then he can swing in with both Mutavault and Boros Reckoner for 5.
I think he's probably going to take a more conservative approach here. His life total is a bit below Theuns's. I might be wrong. It looks like he's considering making the attack with Boros Reckoner. Theuns is not going to make this block.
Of course
that
not.
Reckoner's getting in.
Not only would he lose his striker, but he would also take 2 damage.
Yeah, he'd save 1 damage in exchange for his card. That's a pretty poor proposition. So Theuns is down to 17, and Leon is starting to catch up in life totals. Theuns needs to draw something strong here. He has to get board presence back.
We need to get cameras behind players so that we can see their hands. What do you think that card was? I didn't see it properly.
I have no idea. It looked like a 2-drop by the mana cost. But I can't
Could
say.
be very interesting depending on what. I'm
Is
interested
that
to
a
know what
Rebel Master, actually?
it could be.
If
Definitely
it is...
skull cracks.
Yeah, he
and
certainly
Rebel
has
Master.
skull cracks. Looks like a Rebel Master. Rebel Master is... It's an incredible card, but Leon has everything he needs to shut it down. The Mutavault can block the token that it'll make this turn, and in subsequent turns he can just leave the Reckoner.
And the fact that that hasty goblin has to attack means that Theuns has no choice.
Well, he's played
we
a
see
Fire for
another
Strike.
Fire for Striker.
He's building towards Battalion.
Perhaps those are multiple copies of cards we see in his hand of Fire for
Could well be.
Strikers.
He's looking to build towards Battalion that he needs to get past that Reckoner. Magma Jet, however, is going to take care of one of them.
The Scry 2 helping Leon smooth out his draws. The next 2 draws, very important.
Now, every time that Leon cast a burn spell like this, remember how important it was that Theuns got rid of Satyr Fire Dancer. Because if he could have gotten 2 damage to Theuns along with that removal, that would be just much better value, and he could start putting pressure on this game already.
Boris Reckoner doing a pretty good job of doing that.
Reckoner is an extremely strong card in this matchup. Looks like Reckoner's going to get in again. Once again, Theuns he's never going to make this block. Unless it's to save the last life point he has, he's not going to block Boros Reckoner with Fire for Striker. And burning the Boros Reckoner is a poor proposition as well, because he either takes damage to his life total, or he might just lose the fire for Striker in the deal.
See him draw another land. These Zendikar full art lands make it very easy to identify mountains.
I think that all players should have them if they're going to be featured.
I wish.
That is a Rebel Master that he's cast.
So we're going to see the tokens.
Not necessarily. Leon has the opportunity to kill it before we enter the combat step, and it looks like he's tapping.
Really
That's 4 mana.
Just the Rebel Master.
Why not? Something has to get War Leader's Helixed.
He would have been able to take out the Fire for Striker and swing in for 5 with the Reckoner and the Mutavault. There we go. Okay, so Skullcrack.
Skullcrack will prevent that life gain.
Does not prevent the Rebel Master from going, though.
No, it does not. Theuns is out of cards.
Top deck is not a good place to be when you're looking to deal 20 points of damage.
Leon has the better board position, and he has more cards in hand.
He also has better creature quality. Remember that the Mutavault trading with the Fire for Striker means the path is clear for the Boros Reckoner.
And Leon has 6 lands in play, so he should be fine with trading that Mutavault. So Theuns can't really attack into it with his Fire for Striker. It's like I was saying, Theuns is struggling to get the creatures on the board to get that Battalion he needs in order to get Fire for Striker past that Reckoner.
We can see Leon again. The cogs are turning. He is thinking very carefully about the 2 cards in his hand.
Theuns is thinking very carefully about the top card of his library.
Well, you know what they say about a good chess player. You think 3 moves ahead.
Thing with chess is that you can see the whole board. With Magic, you don't know what's coming next.
He must have had X-ray vision because he saw that card coming.
Yeah, that's a Stoke the Flames that Leon has just drawn. He'll be calculating how much damage he can do, because he knows he's close to winning this game.
We know that the Boros Reckoner is going in.
Yeah, Reckoner is... Theuns is tapped out, and he can't realistically block with the Fire for Striker, so Theuns is going to go down to 11 on this attack. Leon is going for the throat here. He's adding a War Leader's Helix to the mix.
Was he not already on 11?
No, this Boros Reckoner attack took him down to 11. The War Leader's Helix takes Theuns down to 7. It also brings Leon back up to 11. And Leon still has that Mutavault back to block. There's no angle for Theuns to get in here.
Perhaps he's sandbagging another card.
That looks to me like another full art mountain.
These full art mountains, dead giveaways. Again, you're presenting 5 mana, an open bluff.
What will Theuns choose to do here? Will he play his land, or will he hold his land?
He will hold his land.
With Theuns on only 7 life though,
Yeah, it seems he's passed the
in a
turn to
great deal
Leon.
of trouble. Yeah, he has passed the turn. Leon has...
I sense that in the next 2 or 3 turns we will see the killing blow.
Yeah, the Boros
Theuns is
Reckoner
in a
deals...
very bad position.
The
here.
Boros Reckoner can attack in for 3, and the Stoke the Flames in Leon's hand could finish this game for us.
It may also happen that you just lightning strike your own Boros Reckoner to deal another 3 damage.
I think that if you have Lightning Strike and you want to deal 3 damage to your opponent, you'll target your opponent.
I'm just thinking about the Blasphemous Act combo that went around a while back.
Yeah, that is a long way out of standard now.
I miss that. I'd like to see that as a finishing move.
Leon seems to be at the point where he's just deciding how he wants to win this game. He does have to consider what Theuns could have in hand, but whatever it is, it probably won't deal him 13 damage.
With only a 5-fist striker on the board, any damage would feel like 13 damage. We see 3 mana being tapped though for a Chandra's Phoenix.
Oh, he's playing Chandra's Phoenix. He's adding to his board position.
5 damage swinging in.
And he still has Mutavault open to block.
No profitable blocks at all for Theuns here.
So I guess I was wrong about that being a Stoke the Flames. It was a Chandra's Phoenix that he drew.
We see him tap for 4.
No, that was Stoke the
There's
Flames.
Stoke the Flames.
That's the finishing blow.
That's game.
So that means
Wow.
Leon Schlechter is the second member of South Africa's team for the World Magic Cup.
We have followed him all day. We have seen him play. He is not misplayed today. He knows the deck inside and out. He has earned his plane ticket.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen him make one mistake, and we've been watching this guy since round 2.
We have seen some very amazing Magic today.
Definitely a well-deserved win for Leon Schlechter.
That's Neil Stacey and me, Akheel Maharaj, for the WMCQ here at Chialan's Gaming Lounge. That was the final round. What an exciting day of Magic. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you very much. Also on behalf of Jody, who's been commentating with us today as well.
And Alan, who has been doing all of the tech work.
Alan has been carrying cameras and hard drives and making sure we have everything we need to do this recording.
Including the GoPros.
Indeed. So, and also thanks to Chialan for running a great tournament, and to everyone who came and played. And to everyone who's still standing around here waiting for us to leave so they can close up the Matrix. Cool. Thank you and good night.
There's Alan.